I sent you a message last night, Elizabeth, because it's a little bit of adventure. And if I get lost, I'm not going to really be able to describe exactly where I'm going. Right. I'll explain the whole thing, what's going on today, but the first thing I need to explain is what's going on down there. Yeah, look, there's going to be some gravel today, and I don't want to get my nice, pretty Nero-coloured shoes dirty, so I found some old socks, cut them up, and put them over the top of my shoes. Is that a disgraceful crime? Probably. Is it going to keep my shoes sort of clean? Hopefully. Is that a good thing? Yes. Alright. I should also mention, I'm running full, look at this, full gravel spec shorts. So they've got the pockets here and here. See if they're any use for this kind of stuff, because I'm such an experienced gravel explorer now. Alright, let's get this show on the way. I put my pedals on here, so the Asium is on here, but I have to change the crank length. Don't let me forget.
You're like, hang on a tick. We leave this bloke alone for 20 minutes. He's growing a beard, he's drinking IPAs, and all of a sudden, he's riding gravel bikes. Yeah, look, motivation's been a bit low of late, I'm not going to lie to you, and I was having that exact conversation with Paul when we were picking the girls' bikes up at Berry Mountain Cycles. There's a plug for you, Berry Mountain Cycles. Oh, by the way, Berry Mountain Cycles down here, Cycling Projects Racing in Sydney, my two local bike shops. Plug for them, go to them, they're awesome. I'm just having this chat with Paul and he's like, just take my gravel bike out this weekend. I was like, you know what? That is just what the doctor ordered. Yeah, I am so excited. I'm super motivated today. I have danced with the gravel devil in the past. I reckon 3 or 4 years ago, I owned a gravel bike, lovely bike. The theory for me was always a bit of a wet weather training bike, use it a bit down here, but I thought I would do overnight gravel adventure stuff. Turns out I didn't. I'll be interested to see kind of how I feel at the end of this, whether there's motivation around it. Alright, this has been playing on my conscience the whole way down here. Liz doesn't still watch this vlog, does she? About 4 years ago, Chris's gravel bike plus garage door equals Chris doesn't have a gravel bike anymore. So that's what actually happened. But look, the reality is that I still wasn't using it that much. I could have replaced it because I got an insurance payout. I decided not to. I think I just pocketed the cash. Well, I did. I just pocketed the cash and ran. So we're going to come up on the first proper sector of gravel, Mount Scansey Road, which, fun fact, I had the KOM for about 3 days before I put it up on social media and Tristan Ward came along and smashed it. Which was particularly mean, I thought. Particularly mean, Tristan. He's also... Hashtag platypus watch. That was a lot harder than I remember. Oh, but well worth it, right? So, gravel climb, really cool. Really interesting though, coming up there, right? We were here January, and this was where the fire was just ravaging, right? Absolutely ravaging through this area. And coming up through there, you can already see the green undergrowth, which For those of you who don't live in this country, that's quite a controversial comment here because, well, not controversial comment, but it's a controversial subject around regrowth because our bush, the Australian bush, is designed to burn and regrow. But obviously, you know, you've got multiple parties at play here. You've got obviously national parks, green, environmentalists, you've got agriculture, you've got pasture, you've got everyone wanting their say, and some want it to burn, others don't want it to burn. Yeah, and it's interesting. It's interesting to note who's on which side of the fence. It's not always as obvious as you might think. Anyway, there you go. There's a little political comment for you. Right, so we're heading down here. We may have a problem. I think we can overcome this. My cross career didn't amount to much. There were reasons for that. Ooh. Wasn't particularly good at the old bunny hop, a skill that I didn't possess. So you're probably, it's barbed wire. But I think we can agree that this is a surmountable task today. Oh, there's a crossing. That is a destroyed bridge, ladies and gentlemen. This is so alternate calendar of me, isn't it? I'm so gonna fall over just talking to you. There we go. There's the crossing. Well, I did that without too much embarrassment, actually, I must say. Those of you who laughed at my setup, look at this. Saved my pair of shoes. It's the adventurism, isn't it, of riding gravel that is the thing that people get addicted to. But I can remember when, back in my gravel days, like, there was no adventurism because I live in Balmain. And, you know, I'm not willing to go and do the full weekend away doing gravel, so essentially it just became a sort of training bike. Look at this though. Wow. This is amazing. I almost feel like I've been trolling you guys with the bar bag, but this is where it just comes into its own, isn't it? So what's in here? Let's have a look. I've got my jacket, my rain jacket, all my food. I have an extra light, an extra canister, and full vlog spec in here. So I've got the Rode mic for the iPhone. The DJI goes up the front. I then have, I'll flip you around again, I then have one phone in the leg, and in the other leg, the GoPro. This is as legitimately vlogged up as you can get. So I thought it would be really clever to put a little squeeze at the end. Well, it's not really the end, but like when I came out of the gravel section, I was like, oh, there's another climb I can try and find. And it was like 3.5k. I'm like, cool. Oh, Jesus. I could not pull the camera out on that. It was like 13% the whole way. And the other really disappointing part was I thought it would be gravel. And it was only like gravel right at the top. So I was like, oh, could have done this on the roadie. They are freaky looking creatures, aren't they? Hey boys. What's the news? You boys or girls? Can't tell. Why are you by yourself? You must be the boy. Let's have a... Oh, I'm not gonna zoom in. That's a dead end road, allegedly. So I'm not gonna go down that. So I've got to drop back down there.
pretty buckled, Les.
You look pretty buckled.
Yeah, so it was cool. Yeah. Dear diary, that was hard. It was. Look, I don't really want to talk too much about. Do you know how that stuff always happens when you're totally boxed? Look, I don't want to talk too much about the bike because really I don't know anything about the bike. I know it's a specialised diverge, I don't know, with SRAM bits and pieces on it and a Praxis work chainring. I did like that sort of, I don't know what you call it, like the bull handlebar type setup. I found myself riding in those drops on the gravel a lot, which was really good. These cargo bib shorts, I don't know. Rapha, you are marketing them completely wrong. They are not for adventure riding, they're for cycling vloggers, right? So these are absolutely the best things ever. I've got like 2 cameras here. It's so much easier to get a camera out of here and out of here than it is your back pocket. It's so much easier to put it back away after it. Love them. My concern going in was that they'd be a bit loose around the regions. No? Big fan of the cargo shorts. I'll definitely be running them when I go full vlog spec coming up. 100% love them. Another really important part of gravel riding is you've got to get like just the right amount of mud on you. So as you can see, maybe a bit there. I probably needed a bit more because you got to have that kind of look of, oh, I'm so adventurous, I'm so hardcore, but you don't actually want to get that dirty. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to actually be covered in mud. One of, I reckon, the great misnomers with the whole gravel riding thing had been like, it's kind of sold as like, it opens up this adventure. But I found, in my circumstance, that it actually did the opposite. It actually reduced what you could ride just because of what was around me. I couldn't go as far, so I couldn't get to more interesting stuff. And yeah, it did allow me to do bits and pieces of gravel, but that stuff's so few and far between. I don't know, this is me all kind of playing it around in my head, like whether it's something I want to kind of get back into. And the big win today, ladies and gentlemen. Look, they're all still clean. Oh, dear. Couldn't help myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to go full gravel. What I want to know is this. Is there value in this as a side project? Because it will always be a side project, okay? It will live behind racing, it will live behind training. Let me know your own experience of it, guys. Are you getting the value out of it? I'm really interested in people in Sydney answering that question for me. That's me done today, guys. Again, interesting week ahead. Everyone stay safe and we will see you soon.